Welcome back to HBO Girls Rewatch.
I'm Amelia.
And I'm Evan.
And yeah, it is the first episode where I'm an outfit repeater. Kate.
I know. This has been one of the biggest problems we've had with this podcast is we're so conscious about not wanting to outfit repeat. So we would go in credit card debt usually in order not for this to happen. But Amelia rushed because she went to the gym that's made for men.
There were so many boys there. I don't belong there.
Well, our famous conversation last night, and I wonder if this is like a gym in your area as well. But there's two separate mat areas in the gym.
There's mat for boys and mat for girls. And actually, I'm always on mat for girls, obviously, because I feel like if I went to mat for boys, I'd actually be crushed by a weight or a man.
Yeah, and then the mat for girls is like where people are doing abs.
And there's boys in mat for girls, but they're tiny boys.
Yeah, I was going to say, every boy that's in mats for girls is under 5'9". We were flying through this show.
I know.
At a breakneck speed. It's actually hurting.
I feel like a mother that's like, my kid grew up so fast. Yesterday they were in diapers and now they're captain of the football team.
Wait, you got a transatlantic accent too.
But this is season 4, episode 10, Home Birth. The famous episode where Adam's sister,
so I looked it up too.
Caroline gives birth.
Yeah, Caroline. So Gaby Hoffmann's actually pregnant during this episode.
I know.
IRL.
And then they were like, they made her pregnant in the show, and then she found out she was actually pregnant. And then they were like, can you give birth on screen with your pregnant stomach? And she was like, of course.
Major.
Well, our guest is about to arrive, so we will probably end the intro here. Is that such an awkward way to
We've never figured it out. After 5 seasons of the show, we still have not figured out how to end it.
We're so excited for our guest today. They host the podcast Exploration Live with past podcast guest Charlie Bardet, and it is so fun. Everybody loves it. They're at the top of their game. They're at the top of their field.
They're going on a crazy world tour.
They're going on a world tour,
Northwest.
and by that I mean Seattle and San Diego.
San Francisco.
And we're so happy for them, and we're so excited we could lock this girl down. You're gonna be obsessed with her. Crossed is off. It's Natalie.
What?
Oh my god.
That was cool.
That was gorgeous.
I felt something happen in my body.
Like the cross is off happened to
like
me.
my chemicals. Yeah, something.
Oh my god, we're so excited to get you on the pod, girl.
I'm really happy to be here with you guys.
Thank you for saying that.
I love your place.
Yeah, you're the first guest to ask for a tour, and we're so happy to give a tour.
I asked so fast.
No, thank you so much, because we're desperate to give a tour.
I think it's cool. I think it's kind of like cool that you guys are roommates and this is your home. That maybe needs to be discussed by me. Right now.
It's big.
No, and we do tend to have a lot of overlap in a lot of different categories
of life, right?
Of life, which has been really interesting.
Yeah, we both have to talk to both of our therapists about it individually. And then we're getting to a really good place about it too.
Could you, you maybe should do that thing where you give your therapist a release to talk to like each other. You know what I mean?
Love that.
We actually said this too. I said we can go to one of our therapists and we can figure out a format for one time.
My girl, I think, knows your name more than mine.
I think I barely bring up Amelia in therapy. So
that's the whole thing. It's like every week, my entire hour is just about Evan. And then I come home and I'm like, Evan, what did you talk about in therapy? Yeah. And they're like, not you, even one time.
Right.
And that's part of the problem.
It's kind of crazy when you're in therapy and you're like living with like, if you have like your best friend, roommate, or like partner or whatever is like, how was it? And it's like, you're just like, Oh,
I'm actually really open about it. I'll say every single thing I said on that session with Amelia.
That's cool. You get it out in the open.
We actually have open communication in that my therapist is like, you should tell Evan this. And I'm like, and I did yesterday.
Right. You're like, you're the last to know.
Yeah.
Trust me, this went by Evan.
Yeah. That's sweet.
It's kind of gore.
I like that a lot.
Our relationship is perfect and I have no notes.
And like, the thing is, we do have notes, but we're working on those notes. And I think that's a beautiful part of it too.
Defo.
Yeah.
Do you have roommates that you like?
Yeah.
That's actually perfect.
Do you have notes for your podcast co-host?
Well, we have a lot of open communication as well. It's actually kind of nice. Like, I feel like when you do like a worky type thing with a friend, like then you're kind of like, you definitely need to like have a lot of open combos, but it's kind of nice. Like, you don't always get to have that with a friend. You know what I mean? You can kind of be like, okay, like they're annoying me, like let's hang out less or whatever. Yeah. But then when you're working with a friend, you like have to
it makes you
and
better
it's like,
friends.
yeah,
because
it's
then
like,
you're like, I had to communicate in the work way.
literally.
So now we can communicate in the friend way in a way that I never would.
Right. And now we've grown together and it's like, wait, that means everything.
And for it to be commercially viable product, we have to
Literally.
be connected like that.
You should, to make your friendship stronger, they should all be
Monetized.
Yeah,
Monetized.
exactly, in some way. And like, ultimately it serves the friendship.
Well, now I'm looking at my other friendships. I'm like, how much is this dollar amount?
I see like a price tag
Yeah.
over everyone's head.
I think
Valid.
we are working towards that.
Definitely.
Yeah, the more people I meet, I'm like, I am thinking from a monetary
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah, it's like, you have a Substack, you're coming with me all the way. Sorry.
I'm
Right.
taking you with me.
Yeah.
yeah, literally. That's us.
I love it.
It's major.
I love it. Wait, but what about girls? Is you caring about it?
Yeah. Yes. Well, okay, my story is, or my history, like I watched it when it was on the first time when I was in high school, and I was like, this is crazy, and like just like a little too crazy for me. Like I was like, these girls are saying like crazy stuff, and like they look crazy, and like I just like wasn't totally like having it.
Mm-hmm.
It was also very like at the time influenced by like the moms of my town, and the moms of my town were kind of like blech. Like
Oh my God.
not
Really?
like it's bad like in a Gossip Girl way, like more like ew, like why are they like that or something?
Yeah, and we're
Like,
from
looking at
neighboring
them.
towns. And
Right.
actually, I had a similar experience.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that like for you?
Well, my
what were
town
they
leans more
saying?
Jewish, so I think a
Well,
little bit
hi.
overall. Hi.
Hi, same. Wait, were you Scarsdale? Or
Scarsdale.
Yeah.
It's even, I hate to say this large one is so Jew, but actually Scarsdale is going to take the cake.
Yeah, well,
being the Jew.
no, but I went to Schechter.
Oh, you went to Schechter.
Yeah,
Oh, you didn't
so-
say that. If you went to Schechter, then I can never
I
even
know, I'm
compete.
like, I don't even know what we're talking
No,
about.
there's
Like,
no conversation at all.
like I'm Jewish day school, but Scarsdale High School is like a Jewish day school in a way.
In a real world, because it's the only school in America, I think, where the Jewish kids are the most popular on earth. It's like, if you're not Jewish, you're kind of
know,
bottom
totally.
sector.
Literally, I mean, my school was like that, but obviously there was no one else. So like the Jewish kids had to step up and be popular. Like,
Wait, did they
perfect.
rename that school, or am I lying?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Little Fell School.
Ugh.
But yeah, wait. So what were the moms saying?
Well, the moms are kind of having a similar dialogue to you are, where it's like, I think they actually were pro Lena Dunham because they saw a girl trying her best, and Rachel Bloom famously went through my high school, and they're kind of tied together.
Okay.
Not like any business wise, but like
And just a
cultural
little,
wise.
like quirky girl.
Yeah, and there was 4 BuzzFeed employees that went through my high school, so people are really into people that want to talk about
Media?
their mind online.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's Scarsdale's like a feeder for like being like an expressive
literally.
millennial or whatever.
It's huge for that.
I really think it is because you're always talking about how you went to like a class where they were like, and what do you think about the war?
Oh,
like in Israel.
well, kind of,
war?
because I went to an oh my God, we can do this all. I went to an alternative school based off my high school where I called all my teachers by their first names, and I didn't get traditional letter grades. I actually got
Like
paragraphs.
reviews. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it called?
The A school.
The A school.
Every Wednesday, we'd all 75 kids in a program would come together and sit for 2 hours and have moral discussions about like microaggressions, because it was a really big thing
Oh my
at the
God.
time in 2015.
Right. We're actually totally different generations. It's like clicking for me right now. And I think I knew in the back of my head, but that's actually awesome.
Oh, because microaggressions
out.
weren't a big time. And
They were, but for me it was college.
right.
Like I was 2015. I graduated 2016.
Well, that's so. Actually,
We're like actually like we're each other, but just like from a different like.
Yeah, wait, because you're senior, I'm 8th grade.
Oh, don't say that.
4
Amelia.
years?
Yeah.
Or just like, you graduated
Yeah,
college
yeah.
in 26? Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
You graduated high school.
Yeah, I'm like,
27.
you're my orientation leader.
No, literally. But for somehow like I'm your like shadow in a good way.
Yeah.
Like it's nice. It's like it's good.
I'm like, I think I know where I might end up.
So like when you were in college, it was like Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in DC even.
I moved to Canada, thank God.
Okay, you guys are crazy. I watched this episode for this podcast and I was like, wait, this is like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I watched it twice. I watched it last
my
night. I watched it
God.
this morning for fun.
Wait, even without context, it's the best thing you've ever seen.
I know. I was thinking that. Like, I was like,
That's so major.
I know. And I was like, I feel like this could be like a little, well, I feel like all these episodes are like this, but they have like a film quality where you're like, you could just be dropped
Oh my
in.
God.
It's so crazy
Read
you
the
say
Shosha
that.
Mammoth quote. We read a Shosha
Because
Mammoth quote that
last
said
night I
this last
found
night.
brainyquote.com Shosha Mammoth quotes, and I read all of them. They're all insane, but one of them was like, I don't feel like I'm in a TV show. I feel like I'm in one really long film.
Period.
And I'm like, I love you, girl.
She's crazy.
She's crazy for that.
No, but I do kind of like get that. Like I was like, this is just kind of like a cool, like it's just like a cool story. And
Totally.
the acting is like pitch fucking perfect to me. Like
It's actually really hard to do what they're doing. And when people are like, Allison Williams sucks, I'm like, you actually don't understand the layers at which she's awesome.
Right. And I used to think that about Lena Dunham. Like I was like, she's not a good actor. But now I'm like, wait, she is the best actor I've like ever seen. Like I kind of feel like she's an amazing actor. Like she's
Give her the
playing this
Globe.
girl so well. And then like the emotional moments are like so
I mean, the scene with
impactful.
Adam.
Amazing.
I mean, okay, well, we do have to get into it.
Yeah,
Let's do Minute to Win It.
And away we go. Hannah's having a panic attack, and thank God Fran is there to comfort her in her time of need outside of the school they both work at. Shoshanna is now in the same room as Adie Bryant, and she's wearing pencils as a necklace and asking her to go to Japan.
Adie Bryant is like, you would be amazing at this marketing job in Japan. And Shosha's like, Japan? I don't know. And Adie's like, you gotta go, girl. And she's like, let me think about it. And then she goes on a date with a Madame Soup guy. And he's like, no, you should just be like my wife because I might fall in love with you. And she's like, maybe I want to be a girl boss instead. And then we cut to Hannah walking in on Laird and Caroline. Caroline is giving a home birth. She's self-dueling.
Oh, yeah. And she doesn't want to go to the hospital, but they're like really scared. And then she gets Adam to come. And then Adam is like, you have to go to the hospital. And then Jessa comes and Jessa's like, you have to go to the hospital. Laird's like, what are we going to do? I'm scared. And then Jessa gives Laird like a pep talk. And then they all like carry her to the hospital. But then with Shosh, like she goes to find Ray to get advice about, guys, mine's the hardest one.
I know, we give you so much more.
Okay, and then Hermes is like, you gotta follow your heart. You've got to be a girl boss. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna move to Japan. And then Jessa is like, wait, I was so helpful in the birth. And then Laird and Caroline named the baby Jessa Hannah.
Oh no! And guess
Blueberry
who didn't show
Polo.
up to Pete's candy shop?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
It's Desi.
Right.
And Marnie's gonna have to do a solo damn act after Desi runs away because Ray gives him the hard speech down inside of Ray's coffee shop.
And we think that's why Desi didn't show up, because Ray kind of told him that he's imagined dragons if they sucked, and that ruined Desi's life. And then Ray
and that he doesn't really love
Marnie,
or like he'll never make Marnie happy. He's
Yeah.
using her or something.
and then Marnie embarks on a solo journey at Pete's candy store by singing alone instead of with Desi. And Ray is so proud of her, and she's proud of herself with her under eyeliner. And then we end the episode with Hannah and Adam talking at the hospital, and Adam being like, I broke up with Mimi Rose and I was really confused and I actually just want you back. And Hannah is like, she's wanted this for a whole season, and now that it's here, she's realizing she's not wanting it anymore. And so she says no.
And 6 months later passed by, and guess who's together? Fran and Hannah.
Wait, why is it 6 months later?
That was weird and crazy and has never
They
happened on
haven't
the
done that
show before.
Did it say 6 months later?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's
I think
just,
I was like doing a puzzle while I watched it. Like, what is that?
I gotta do the wordle. We have a very important question to ask you. We ask all our guests, girl, what girl are you?
I think I'm Shoshanna. And I think in 90, I mean, it's all relative, of course, but I think in 90% of the circles I'm in, I am Shoshanna. Just like pretty, like kind of like basic and like ultimately stable, but like kind of panicky
Yeah.
without like legit drama. You know
I
what
feel
I
like
mean?
you're also
No,
asking
obsessed.
the big questions.
Yeah, exactly. Which she is.
She
Thank
is.
you. And she's wanting adventure, but like that's like a change for her or something. Like her like
No,
state,
absolutely.
her like regular state is like
She's too
Kinda, like,
anxious to leave
boring.
the house almost.
Yeah,
And but she's like,
exactly.
I want to explore that.
right, and then ends up doing like weird stuff because she's like, but I want to or whatever.
Yeah.
I think from my read of you, and I don't know you
Yeah.
super well, but now what I
You
know,
do though.
and now I know you so well.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if Shoshanna and Ray
Ew.
went ahead and got married and had a baby,
Were they gonna?
they were dating.
I loved them when I first watched it. I was addicted to their love.
To their love, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I see you falling somewhere in between the two of them.
Oh, interesting.
In
like
all
a
love,
Ray
like a good way.
Shoshana
A Ray
combo.
Shoshana combo. But
I
do
really
you see
get
that,
that.
Emil?
I haven't considered you being a Ray.
Thank you for saying
it doesn't seem wrong though.
I kind of like it. I really like his character.
We almost always have Hannah-based guests just by the nature of the
Someone
podcasting
who wants
landscape.
to be on a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Charlie was a Hannah, if we remember right.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Amelia. Do you want to ask with me?
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Okay.
Girl, what girl are you?
Oh my god. This episode I am Shoshanna. In that I will get big news and then I'll be like, I actually know the answer, but I'm gonna actually have to ask everyone and then not like what they say and then one person that I shouldn't trust at all will say something and I'll be like, they're the right
whoever like speaks to what you already knew.
And I'm totally a girl boss and I would of course move to Japan to pursue my marketing career instead of saying with a soup mogul.
Also, your big thing is running away.
And also, I love moving away.
Do you?
Every 2 years, I try and move to a new major city. I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary here.
Are you out of here?
My body is like,
door,
go.
You're not going to London, girl.
Whoa.
I'm locking the damn door. I'm bolting you down.
Girl, what girl are you?
I put a lot of thought into this. I'm so layered this episode because I'm both Jewish, 135 pounds, and I'm trying to get over something.
And terrified.
Yeah.
Wait, what is the history on like what's the has he been like happily with Adam's sister?
He's obsessed with Caroline.
Are they
So
good?
classically, what was happening? Caroline was living in with Adam and Hannah.
Right.
Then Caroline gets kicked out of the apartment. Where did she go? 2 floors down to Laird's apartment.
Okay.
And then they fall madly in love. After Laird gets over his addiction. And his turtle dies, basically. I don't know if he actually died, but it feels like we've moved on from the turtle, so dead in my brain. Talking about turtle, we might actually get a turtle too, but we can talk about in the mid-century modern tank because our neighbors are getting rid of their turtle. And
I don't want to take on turtle ownership.
But like, I want a turtle in mid-century modern tank so bad.
Get the tank.
Get the tank.
No, I'm
No
serious.
turtle.
Get the tank and get like do like a interesting like art kind of like fake
totally.
turtle and like cool like pebbles and like plants, honestly, and like a grow light. But guys, like a turtle.
He said it's really
could be
easy,
good.
but
I
if
know,
he
but
won't
what is
die,
he doing right now?
just flipping the
He's
water.
getting rid of it. Like,
It's like, it's
is
obviously
he
tough.
moving or what's going on?
No, he says it's just not for him.
Literally, guys, do not end up with this turtle.
I
Like,
don't
I'm
want it.
telling you, a turtle. Like, first of all, like it's alive and it's like
Yeah.
randomly like in a tank in your apartment. Like,
That's adorable. to me.
what?
No.
Second of all, like I'm having like a sense memory from kindergarten when we had a turtle. It's like they're like pretty crawly and scrapey and like their
Yeah,
neck
and
and
it's
whatever.
salmonella.
Yeah, and like
It's I'm like, sorry, Evan, but it's gonna end up being me cleaning it. If you can't even clean your NutriBullet cup every morning, you can't clean a turtle tank.
You're done.
Where do you think
You're
the turtles
so
live
done.
The turtles be living in a NutriBullet tank.
bro, like there's no way this turtle is entering this apartment if I can help it.
No, please. I need
Guys.
turtle.
No, thank you for being here in this time.
I'm just like I've been. You know why I'm being so strong?
No.
Strong? Harsh is because like I want a turtle. Like I've had
Stop.
to talk myself
Hurt
down
people
from
hurt
this.
people.
No.
You're-
But it's more like I've had to like
pro and con.
literally.
Can you send me the list?
I wanted like I always want a little something, a little fish, a little like lizard, a little turtle. Like of course.
You're so good with the lizard.
But the truth is, like, it's like that's not a life for a turtle,
Mm.
is what I think.
To live in Brooklyn.
To get to live in a tank, it's just too random and like I don't
It's
know. You guys can
sad.
get it.
But we have a backyard. It could crawl around.
Oh, that's true. That's true, actually.
We could put a pond in the
I
backyard.
was gonna say if you put a pond back there and then it just like winters inside. I don't know. Whatever. I'll
Thank you so
backpedal for
much.
sure if you want this turtle. But like my gut is like this person is trying to offload a turtle on you, and like you need to maybe ask more questions about
Yeah.
why.
Oh,
They're
I
parting
begged
ways.
He did not offer. I kind of asked.
You begged.
Evan, we can't have a turtle right now.
You know what he should do is he should give it to like a kindergarten or like a preschool.
Right.
Like they always want a
Oh
turtle.
my God.
Schools are so classrooms. Like the bearded dragon in my 5th grade class was everything.
What?
to us.
Right.
You never talked about that before.
No.
You had a bearded dragon in your 5th grade classroom?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
was its
really
name?
cool.
5th grade was epic because my teacher was pregnant and I had to stay every day after school for 15 minutes to grade all the classwork for her. And at the time I was
Stop.
like, obviously.
15
but
minutes.
looking back, I was like,
Quick.
I'm 10.
Wait, why was that happening? First of all, I'm learning something about you, which is that you're just like insanely capable. Like you're just like really good at like doing stuff.
That's why I feel so Shosh in this episode.
Yeah,
because she
totally.
like understands the landscape of marketing, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. But
Right.
Social media is such her thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
I love that scene. I wrote
It's
down
so good.
Actually, I voice recorded part of
Wait,
it.
we have
Really?
to. We're getting away from ourselves.
Yeah, sorry.
It's time to lean into Lena.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is kind of where we're gonna lean into whatever Lena Dunham was writing about.
Oh.
Just kind of talk about what we thought about this episode.
About the episode.
plot
I was like,
points.
right now or okay.
Let's go girl by girl. Let's start with Hannah.
Mhm.
She has a panic attack. Awesome. And then Fran comforts her.
Right.
The whole point of this was just showing that like this guy really cares for her in a way that
Mm.
men maybe haven't in the past.
That's cool. And like Adam would never ask, like, is this okay?
Adam would also get a panic attack. or
Right.
something.
He's so like bullish and this guy's like gentle.
I actually would defend. We're never defending Adam in this podcast, but the one time she did call Adam FaceTime, classic, where she had bowl haircut after Lara
Right.
cuts her hair, cuckoo crazy, and he literally gets on the subway, somehow does an 8-minute subway ride in 5 minutes. I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah.
He does save the day for
He
her.
literally, and he busts down a door, and he actually busts down a door in this
Right.
episode too. It's like
Which
so
is
that's one of
hot.
his capabilities, I guess.
But that's kind of what I'm saying is like he would never ask like, is this okay for me to touch?
Right.
Like he's more
Right.
just like, go do whatever. And like, so I feel like when she's like smiling at him, it's also kind of like, what? Like,
It's like
Oh,
her
literally.
first time experiencing like kindness in that
yeah,
way.
and kind of like a beta.
Yeah.
Well, and also tying it back to the turtle comment earlier, doesn't someone kid's pet
The turtle
explode in
comment.
his paw in the classroom?
They're like the hamster exploded,
Yeah,
so
they-
your panic attack means nothing to the kids anymore.
Oh yeah,
That
right.
would happen to our turtle. If someone had a panic attack,
Totally.
the hamster / turtle would explode.
That's what would happen. Totally. I mean,
Totally.
yeah, I'm saying that the turtle should go to a classroom, but honestly, that's like a fate worse than death for like an animal. Like
It is tough.
like to get like just like abused by like hundreds of
Hell.
6-year-olds. Like
Yeah, that is tough.
Finding Nemo taught us nothing. What?
But then Hannah. Okay, also it's so funny the way they are like the motivation for Hannah getting in on the Laird Caroline birth is that she hears screaming.
that was a little
Stretch.
like I was kind of like, are they in her apartment or something? Like why is she walking in? But
yeah, everything's
She's
so
a curious
confused.
spirit.
honestly, yeah, it kind of worked for me too. Like this like she just like is awesome.
She's so, but also, why does she make a South Park joke in reference to Caroline screaming? She's like, just pretend she ate a really big Mexican meal. It's like they were saying not in South Park.
I don't know about that show.
Me neither.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It just feels like really crude and like hard. It's like, and the gag is we're making fun of some ethnicities' food to your bowels.
Oh. Yeah,
when
there
she's,
were a
like, giving
couple like
birth.
interesting, like totally inappropriate comments in this episode.
Absolutely.
Which were like, okay, like you guys didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But
But
they
I
did.
was kind of like, this is so swag to just like look at like a pregnant person's body.
She's real life
Yeah.
pregnant too during this.
It had to. I was like,
Yeah.
they must have whatever. And she definitely looks like not like
Ready to give birth.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, and it's 6 weeks early.
Right,
And you're
right.
like, oh, she's giving birth to a preemie in the grossest Greenpoint apartment bathtub.
oh, I
you've
didn't
ever
think
seen.
about that. Like that's why they made that the plot point because she's like not pregnant enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting. You know, I recently watched my sister give birth
No.
What?
in the hospital. My older sister had a baby and I was there.
What did you see?
It was awesome.
You saw
How did
the
it
whole life
feel?
experience.
Mhm. It was amazing and really different from this because she was like totally on drugs. Like she went like full hospital epidural, like
What was her behavior?
she was chillin'. Like
Really?
yeah, that's the thing is like I think if you're wanting to not do natural, like there's basically like there can be basically like no screaming involved.
That's
kidding?
epic.
It turns out.
Well, I was watching this episode and I was like, no, I can't give birth ever
You said
in my
no.
life.
Right.
It scared me really bad. And I
I
said,
know.
I actually don't think I'm capable of this thing.
I hear you, but look at what you've done with your podcast and Lindsay's podcast.
Right.
And you know what you should do? You should come with me to my sister's birth next time.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
it was so chill.
Okay, I
I'm
think
hoping
if
it's
I
not the
could see
younger sister.
No.
Unless it was,
It's
and
the
that's
older,
okay.
right?
Thank God.
But guys, remember, I'm older. So
Wait,
even
but
if
you're
it was
middle?
the younger, like it's fine. Yeah.
Wait.
I know. What are you guys
Older. Never would have guessed.
of how many?
Well, it's because I have one younger sibling, and I did make him act as an older sibling growing up.
And I do believe that fully. I spent
Word.
Thanksgiving for them. Can confirm.
You did? That's
Well, it's 'cause
sweet.
I grew up and I couldn't read until I was like 12. So
Jack, what does it say? Jack, what's the sign say? I'm middle of 5.
Wow.
Which is no problem at all.
That's crazy.
But I kind of act as eldest daughter because my brothers
Heard.
are kind of useless.
It's only brothers above you.
Yeah, they're twins, and I'm like, are you guys gonna do any like?
No. Literally, if there's no like girl, like birth order doesn't count.
Yeah,
Or something.
Yeah,
For an oldest. Like the oldest daughter is just like the oldest.
Yeah, I'm in charge of the family unit for sure. No problem at all.
I'm getting such an amazing picture of you, and I'm obsessed.
Thanks.
I'm so glad you got to find out about Amelia.
Yeah,
today.
me too.
She's so many angles.
Literally.
Poor
Jessa,
nurse.
okay, I love that they brought Jessa into the mix because there was no rhyme or reason why she would go to that, but it was so important for her character growth, for her to be.
Yeah, what was the reasoning for her to be there?
So the reasoning is because we need to see growth from Jessa, and she starts the season just being like pissed that Hannah went to Iowa.
But why is she even at the apartment? We never really established
They don't say,
that.
but I feel like I kind of assumed like this is something she would just want to get in on. Like
Yeah.
she would
Right.
just be
There's
like,
probably mass text.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're on Find My, and she's like, Adam and Hannah are both. I'm gonna check this out.
Right.
And then she goes over and she's like, I think I was actually born to be a doula. Because she's like going in, she's seeing the foot in the vagina, and she's like, you need a man up, Laird. And then the baby gets to be named after
Oh
her.
my
That
God.
was
Right.
epic.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone put a messy bun up, like a perfectly done bun
It was
up
cool.
so fast.
I was gonna say I thought it took a really long time
Yeah. But
to do the bun.
really?
Yeah, like just
I know
like
nothing about girls, of course.
no, but she just has like really long hair, and like I was noticing like she's really twisting it like while she's talking to him, and like she's in a rush. But I
Yeah.
thought she was really taking a long time to twist it and then curl it around. That's so interesting. We both had like
Well,
opposite
I
thoughts
don't-
on that.
I just thought for girls, well, because I thought it was so professionally done.
It was
And
very.
I was like, for that amount of
methodical.
time. Yeah. But I would love to see both of you try to put your hair in a messy bun right now. And see who
Oh
ever
my
do
god,
it
you're
first.
so
No.
right. But we have our headphones on. Like, it can't be done.
I could actually. The way she was doing that
I
was
time
so
it, minute
like
to win
my
it.
high school dance team. Like we were always doing that.
You were on a dance team.
This episode's just becoming like, what's
Wait,
Amelia's
finally
life
Amelia
story?
gets the story.
Wait, dance teams are so crazy.
In Texas, it was crazy. We had to wear like cowgirl outfits. I was like a rockette. We were like kicking at halftime. And I couldn't get my legs high enough. I once got kicked out of a dance. I was only on the team for like,
you were like bad.
I was the worst one on the team, but
That sucks.
the people loved me.
Oh, because like charisma or something?
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm gonna make up for it somehow.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
was like making jokes at like 7:30 a.m.
Oh.
practice, like LOL.
Oh, I see. Like your co-workers loved you.
Yeah.
The Dragonettes were obsessed.
And I like got
The
the
Dragonettes.
Dragonettes.
I went to camp with some girls who were on dance teams. So it was like my sense was like, you guys are great dancers, but there's a real like cheerleading quality to it. Like, is this
Yeah,
is this the
it's
right
so
thing? Like, it's all
cheerleading.
like locked and straight lines, but it's also
It's
dance.
like every
Was
liberal
that
arts
true?
college, instead of having a cheerleading team, does have a dance team.
Really?
That's what yeah, I'm like, Skidmore doesn't have cheerleaders. They have
Skidmore.
people doing like
We had, of course, the
choreographed.
cheer team, and if you didn't make the cheer team, you were the dance team.
on the dance team. And was the dance team like
It was just like fall, like football season, we were this, but in spring, we were like going to competitions and like truly doing like modern dance.
period?
Pirouetting.
You needed to have all the tools in your belt. It sounds like
Of course, yeah.
to express yourselves
Yeah.
obsessed.
via dance.
I miss the outfit.
I'm just like, there's
literally. I need to like coach like a dance team.
the,
Like,
And you,
now.
Are you realizing
you
that
would be
now?
really good at that, by
you
the way.
get
I
no turtle, but you get a
know.
dance team. I leave with nothing.
And by the way, I know it seems unfair, but it's the right call for both of us. Like each individual thing, like it's the right call.
I will say, this is one of the most fundamental scenes, and like girl lore, I think, in a lot of ways.
The
Even Vulture
birth.
magazine wrote it. They wrote an article, and then it's like Gaby Hoffmann, what she's wearing, what she's buying. She gave birth, and then Vulture took that article, put it on Facebook, and said, and she's pregnant during that infamous girl scene. So it's like, we know this is a big scene.
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal to like show like a legit pregnant
I know.
person
It might be
on
the,
TV.
like, one of the
I know,
first
naked.
time.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Like
I know.
I have like in my personal life because of my sister.
Right.
Oh, you mean on TV? Sorry. No, you
No,
mean in
No,
life?
But just
either
in
way,
that, like,
we're
it
good with your
happens in
answer.
life, but we're never getting to see that on TV.
Right.
And it was like, it was so raw. Gaby Hoffmann, it's like, that is what a pregnant woman looks like.
I
Oh my
know.
god,
right
her
after she was born.
haircut, I can't get over.
Yeah.
The girls in the haircuts in this show are addict. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I want to be each and every one of them, and I'm trying my best.
Yeah,
Of course,
and
up
you're
here.
doing a great
Thank
job.
you so much.
look like all of them.
Well, I will say I didn't know babies were born. I think I finally like I had thoughts in my head of babies being born head
Mhm.
first, but then it finally clicked for me when the first time I watched the show. I'm like, oh, the foot's not supposed to be out.
Right.
Yeah.
You think that they should come out feet first so that they
I thought
can,
they
like,
come out any way they
stand.
wanted.
Yeah, totally. No, it's like foot first. It's like, that's such a problem. Like, why is that such a problem? And it's like, it is.
It's like,
I still don't absolutely know, but I'm like
Yeah.
still
I think
so happy.
the head is really much wider and it's where all the important stuff is. So to pull from the foot can really fuck up a body.
Right.
But I'm
Yeah.
completely guessing.
But, like,
it sounds right to me.
When you go into a pool, are you going feet first or head first? It's like you're an expert level if you're going head first.
well,
so-
if you just jump, you're supposed to land on your feet. Like
Mm.
usually, like landing on your head is really bad, but in this case, it's not.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
just
That was
my
major.
intelligent opinion.
No, and we're gonna clip that, and that's gonna get like 4 million likes.
All the doctors are like, period.
It's getting stitched with like the doctors of TikTok, and they're like, and this was an amazing point.
Like the doctor's like, I feel like I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry. Something
No,
about Gaby Hoffmann.
you
Oh,
never have
she's
to pause.
such a good actor. Like I'm
I know.
obsessed with her in this episode. Like she's just like really, really crazy. And
It's
like
unreal. Like when Laird and her are fighting, she is so like feminine rage, like in the
Mhm.
birth. And it's like you see like women being mad when they're giving birth on TV all the time. But with her, you're like feel it in your body. And she's like,
totally.
fuck you, die, bitch. And it's
Yeah.
like there's some essence there that you're like, this is rich.
Yeah, you
Right.
can tell she's an undergrad degree. I think it really comes through. It's like she went through an acting program somewhere.
I see.
And then I'm like, I don't know if the three of us on this couch, did you do acting at?
I dabbled, yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Never
Mhm.
mind.
What were
No,
you gonna
we
say?
never touched this stuff. And
Oh.
undergrad.
Yeah. I did touch it.
Oh, that's major.
It was really dumb. Like I
Were
was
they
like,
making you give birth ever? Pretend?
No. I didn't make it that far. Like I only did classes in the beginning part where they're like, I don't know. Have you guys ever done like acting class?
I did in like 4th grade.
Okay, like when you're like studying acting, like sometimes the first like year is like them being like, it's like you're like you can't touch a scene yet. Like first you just have to learn how to like notice things or something, and they make you do like really
Wow.
really like dumb like ass stuff. Like just like you have to like be an animal. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, so improv 101.
literally like crazy shit. But I was like in a program with people who were like really committed to acting, and they like were like
You're
yes,
Northwest.
yeah, and they were like, let's go, and I was like, I actually can't do this.
That's
Like
a
I
really good
actually
act
don't
school.
like this
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
enough.
Totally.
And then I left, and then they all became like the best actors ever, because it turns out like you did need to do the animal stuff, I think.
right.
I hate to hear that.
I know.
No, I was watching Poor Things this weekend, and I was like, Emma Stone has pretended to be a turtle. And like you can tell, it's like she was a sad turtle from a scale of 1 to 10 for 30 minutes one day, and now she's doing this.
Totally. Like Emma Stone like has like led with her hips walking around a room like
Yes.
like a kangaroo or whatever the fuck.
Literally, I saw it so much in that, in the way that I did in La La
Yeah.
Land necessarily, but it was all necessary for that too.
I really like that movie, and I liked her in it a lot, and I think like she kind of always seems like she's acting,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
in Poor Things it kind of made sense.
yeah.
Like it was like
Right.
you're supposed to not be like so realistic,
yeah.
but in other movies I'm like, stop.
Stop.
Totally.
Hannah doesn't seem like she's acting. Like she is raw.
She's so, the way she's like, I don't think you could self doula.
Mhm.
I'm like, I believe that you just thought of that and said it right
Totally.
now.
Like, and like the way she's like always like looking up and like kind of like uncomfortable. She's so cute.
when she's like, I actually, and I have to go. Like
When
when
she
she
said
tried
that?
to leave and Laird was like, no, we need you here.
Oh yeah.
It's so like, it was so real.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, they're all. I will say the big takeaway from this specific arc is they're all amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
Gaby Hoffmann just screaming and being like, "I want to give birth like teens in a heartland." It's like brilliant line. She delivered
Yeah.
it perfectly. Able to
Totally.
scream like that. It's like that takes years of
Yeah.
experience.
It is interesting that like this episode was kind of on modern medicine side rather than self-birth side.
So not Brooklyn coded.
Like the way everybody else except Caroline was like, no, and you should absolutely be taking the drugs and being a robot. And she was like, I actually think that I was born to give birth, and we've been giving birth without doctors for years, and we're like painting her as crazy. I was like, this is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's so not what you would guess.
That she would want to say. Lena. What's
Lena,
her name?
Yeah. I'm like, Lena, wouldn't you be pro home birth?
I see.
No, I don't think she is.
I feel like she's very like hospital vibes.
She's
I
so
guess
hospital.
so.
I think she's
like kind of like in a hypochondriac way. Like those girls love the hospital.
Yeah.
There's like two classic kinds of Jews where it's like someone who's so addicted to hospitals or so anti-addicted to hospitals.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what's it, Kabbalah? It's like she's not Kabbalah Jew.
No,
she's modern medicine.
I honestly don't think I know maybe one non-hospital Jew.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they, in large part, and we, by the way, like, whoa. They just got, like, really scary. Are addicted to going to the doctor.
Yeah.
And specifically, like, the emergency room.
No, I love
Like,
ZocDoc. I'm making weekly appointments on ZocDoc.
Totally. I got kicked out of ZocDoc because I skipped too many appointments.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. That can happen?
They're like, you are not to be
Oh,
trusted.
no. I'm going to get kicked out of ZocDoc.
You can't. No show.
I've been banned from eBay 4 times, and now this is gonna happen to me on ZocDoc.
What
too.
happens to get?
I just don't pay. I sometimes just bid, and then I forgot because I'm having such a good time bidding and making the number go higher, and then I don't put my credit card
and then they
information in.
choose you, and then
I'm dead.
but you don't get the thing.
No, except sometimes they will send it to you without paying of their. And I'm like, well, now I have a marble hoodie.
What a loophole!
Yeah, you can get free clothing.
You
off
can
eBay
just bid.
if you're a bad person.
Evan's so good at stealing clothes, but it's like for them to find a way to steal clothes in the online sphere is crazy.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
I have
Like
a
they
lot
have
of
to
talent.
ship it to you. Like
yeah. Amelia the dancing, I'm stealing from eBay. It's a
fucked
classic
up.
parallel.
Yeah.
But
Dose
let's
I
finish
miss.
off discussing the birth. So
Jessa, Hannah, Bluebell, Poem,
Schlesinger Sackler
Right.
insane.
is
Obsessed.
the name.
So,
Yeah.
I want to just talk briefly about the beautiful shot they got of when they finally get Caroline to go to the hospital, even against her will. And they're like, the ambulance is actually going to be more work. I checked on Waze. We should walk
I was
it.
like, Waze.
I know Waze would tell you to carry your friend to the hospital.
But the scene where she is fighting for her life, trying to get out of them, and the 4 of them are like going forward, I was like, this is epic. This is what superhero movies should be like.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Yeah, and she's screaming.
She is fighting.
It's awesome.
It's so like, I don't know if you guys watch Survivor, but they have this one where one person holds onto a pole and 2 people from the other tribe have to just get them off the pole and drag them across the field. And they have to do everything in their power to like not get across the field and make it hard for them. And I was like, this scene is that, and it's exquisite every time I watch.
That's like really compelling.
That is really compelling.
It's good
I
TV.
need to do that with my friends with the pole.
Yeah, like
I
imagine going to summer camp with like your 10 closest friends and like doing activities like that.
Right.
You'd come back so strong.
The next Twinks First Dolls, they have to do something like that.
That's so
Yeah,
true.
please,
Yeah.
someone pulling someone off
Reach
a
out to
pole.
the board.
Yeah, singers.
But they give birth. Jessa finds it out.
Jessa actually really does take an amazing job of taking charge here. That in fact it makes her want to be a
therapist.
because she's like, oh, I can connect with people. And it's like we knew this was coming the whole time.
But it is so beautiful because she's been, addicted to heroin and just kind of ruining coke and ruining everyone's life, and truly just tearing down everything.
Yeah, but classically,
for
you
her
want
to
your therapist to have a little bit of trauma. That's why I picked a therapist with a lip filler.
Exactly.
I knew what I was doing.
Exactly. Exactly.
You have to.
That's so funny. I feel like I was like, this is so like, I like the thing of like Jessa helping in this moment and then getting like so much credit. Like the kid gets named after her and she's like, oh, I want to be a therapist. And like, I was just like, I love that like as like her thing. Because it's like she helps someone for like 15 minutes. And it's so, and like it went well. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to dedicate my life to this. And it's like, I feel like a therapist is such like a thankless, like unseen role. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Wait, I think my therapist at the end of every session, and I give her a really in-depth compliment.
That's really sweet. That's actually so nice. Like, never mind. I never think to my girls.
Can cut that.
She's a bitch. Put that.
Yeah. It's
kinda
crazy
like,
that she chose that path.
Yeah, like it's funny, like being like, oh my God, like I'm literally so amazing at helping people. And I was kind of like, yeah, like, but like that's like so like a therapist I feel like is usually so like quiet and like waiting and like not like get your life together. You know what I mean?
Jessa's
like,
famously always giving advice in the most like crude and insane
direct
way.
And like not like listening or something.
But that could be an amazing therapist for so many people.
That's true. That's true. I do think therapists that listen are kind of out.
No,
lately.
my therapist used to only talk about herself, so I had to leave.
Wait, who is this?
It's two, so I just switched therapists.
Okay, cool.
Because she'd only talk about her comedic influences. I was like, I don't need to hear about Louis C.K. right now.
Was she like doing comedy?
She was just like, comedy during COVID was really crazy. She's like, you're 65 and you live in Washington Heights. You don't know anything about Brooklyn comedy.
Wait,
but
love
every week she'd tell me about it.
Her talking about her comedic influences just like in her life. Like not for her work, but just like
in her life.
Influenced her sense of humor. Like her
it is like, oh, so comedy means something to the therapist in Washington Heights. That's awesome. Thank God.
No, but I mean, it is like, isn't the one thing we all want to be on Earth is like something being named after us? Like people are addicted to having libraries named after them and call it. Or do you remember what Belly was? Did you have Belly in Largemont growing up?
No.
Okay, it was like a points program, and one of the big things was if you spent like $1,000 at a local sandwich shop, you could accumulate enough Belly points that they would name a sandwich after you. Wow. So everyone I knew would like instead of getting a free sandwich every 2 months, they would save up for the 1,000 points to get themselves like a Herbert sandwich. I didn't know anyone.
And it happened? Like 3
people.
Wow. Yeah. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Natalie. I'm just imagining. Like, let's just
what
say.
would be your sandwich?
Yeah, I'm like, what would it be? I did have a sandwich that I would get from like the corner store that people really, really had a problem with. But this was a time in my life when it hit really hard. And it was a plain roll with Swiss cheese, lettuce, and ranch.
Okay, I love being picky. There was a girl at my Hillel that was so picky, and they had a full kitchen there. She was so picky she'd only do Brussels sprouts with butter pasta. So they put it on the menu because she asked for it every time.
Wait.
So now you get the Rebecca at the Hillel.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the Rebecca.
Lettuce, ranch, and Swiss cheese. That's it.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was more about what wasn't there.
How are you doing? You'd be an amazing therapist based off that order.
Totally. Like that's just like listening. That's not bringing anything like intense to the table.
Girl, you gotta go back to school. This could be huge.
I know. Ugh,
Wait, Amelia, say what I told you yesterday about our future of our podcast.
Say it.
Oh, we're thinking because it's like, well, we're gonna run out of shows one day. We need to go back to school and become psychiatrists.
I see.
That then have a podcast about psychiatry.
Oh yeah. I
like,
mean, 100%.
It's just like what's missing right now from doctor-based podcasts is the fun.
Right.
Having comedic influences.
Yeah, like so you have the fun, you just need to have like a little bit more of the like
the language, just because we saw what happened to Emma Chamberlain trying to be like philosophical without ever going to college, and the girls are mad at her.
What happened? Why?
Because she's like sitting on her podcast, it gets like a bajillion listeners, like she is the thought leader of the youth, and it's like she actually like quit after high school because she's a millionaire.
She's so famous.
And so she's like, so I think that life has ups and downs from like a philosophical standpoint.
Right.
And the girls that are actually, you know, studying sociology at their liberal arts school are like, I think this bitch I love is dumb.
Interesting. So they're kind of turning on her because they're like they're outlearning her a little bit.
Yeah, they're like, she actually just needs to go to like one college course.
So is it like people who are like more educated are like, she's not good, or it's like her fans are now like, wait,
her fans are just
like outgrowing her a little bit.
Are outgrowing her just in that they're like, oh, I used to look up to her, and now I'm like realizing like I know more about her on certain topics.
Right, and they're like her age.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's so interesting. Tough. Yeah.
You know,
I'm very
I would love
interested.
for her to dissect the Adam and Hannah scene of this all. Like classically having someone who is like breaking up with you and then asking for you back.
Okay, let's email her.
I need her to talk about that.
They're at the hospital. Her and Adam have a heart-to-heart for the first time, where Adam is like, I just broke up with Mimi Rose, and I think that I'm not over you at all, and if anything, you're perfect for me, and I want to get back together, which is what Hannah has been wanting for literally a whole season. But now that it's the end and she's made it this far and she's like kind of worked through a lot of stuff, she realizes that like having Adam back in her life right now is not the right move for her. And she is strong enough to want it, but no, she shouldn't do it. And it's the wrong thing. So even though Adam's giving her like what she's always wanted, she's like, it's actually not what I want.
Wait, this is self-growth. This is literally definition of Lena Dunham, Hannah getting older, getting more mature, becoming a more developed character.
Because every season finale,
like she learns.
Season 1, season 2, season 3 have been about Adam getting him back, getting whatever.
Really?
So for this to be 4 seasons in and she's like, it's time for me to try something different than this guy. It's like we get to really see Hannah Horvath grow. We cut to now Shosh's budding career.
Yes.
So
I'm addicted to the scene and 80s performance in it.
Well,
I think it might be one of the best sketch comedy scenes we've seen in decades.
I'm just like, can I I actually took a little voice note and I never have done this before. Just the way of A.D. Bryan talking during this app.
I'll insert the actual audio.
But it's like,
we have a great team of expats working in Tokyo, and they've all found the city Haijo ni Subarashi, which means very nice in Japanese.
so major.
She's so perfect.
It's like that girl has only talked to people that live in Japan over Skype and she's trying her best.
I know. It's so funny. She's so good in that scene.
I watch it and I'm like, thank God she got shrill.
Right.
I watched it and my same thought was, thank God she got shrill.
I'm like, thank God she got to make
I was
her
like,
show.
she's an amazing actress.
Yeah.
She deserves shrill. And then
I
she got
know.
shrill.
But I have to say, she's so funny in this. And in Shrill, she doesn't get to be even this funny because she's so focused on telling an important story.
I'm like, I could watch her act for so long.
No, she's my favorite person on
Yeah.
earth. I'm obsessed. So actually my freshman year of college, she came and did like a college tour and she stopped at my school. And she's like, I need 2 people to volunteer, 1 boy, 1 girl. I never raised my hand so fast. I literally popped the socket. I raised my hand for boy. I got on stage. She hands me 6 flashcards. Classically, the 2 things I am the worst at doing is reading out loud. I'm dyslexic. And then she asked me to pretend to be straight, which is like, I can't do that either. So I had to read flashcards to a girl on stage being like, hey, nice to meet you. And then it ends with us giving birth. We're going to go all the way from meeting each other to giving birth in about 6 flashcards. So I'm having to read these out loud, getting almost every 3rd word wrong in front of A.D. Bryan,
and try and like process
girl.
like what the flashcard is telling you to do.
Yeah, but if you go on my SoundCloud right now, my profile picture is me and A.D. Bryan as I read flashcards.
Oh, that's so cute.
I can't believe it's like, you're like, oh, I love this talented girl. And now she's putting me in the scariest position of my lifetime.
It's like a bad dream. Yeah, totally.
But I think it's my first time ever doing comedy on stage.
Right. It's really hard to meet your heroes.
It was Halloween day too.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to go to a party. I'm going to watch A.D. Bryan talk about her vagina shaped as a surfboard in her diary.
That's awesome.
Shoshana, she graduated late. That's how the season started. And then she was being kind of a bitch at her early interviews with Ann Taylor Loft. And she was like, actually don't want this job. I'm going to keep looking. And then she actually, this whole season has been like her getting no jobs, her feeling like a loser.
She gets Ann Taylor Loft, but thinks she's too good. So then she goes to McKinsey Consulting being like, and I'm ready to be hired. And they're like, we don't want your crazy ass here.
No, they're too serious.
So this is the first time she's finally like getting recognized for her skills at a place that's matching her vibe.
She needs to be in a millennial pink room talking about marketing, and we finally found a place for her to do that.
Yeah, when you see the neon sign, I was like, she's gonna get the gig.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
I know that the set design of that room is like so funny too. Like it's all just like the best joke ever. Like all like the neon sign, and by the way, like the way a neon sign has like persisted, like it's been so long.
I
and,
know.
like,
so long.
They're here still.
We have to talk about the director Spike Jonze being in this episode.
Wait,
He is?
you have to tell us about it.
So when
And who
Marnie
is
and
that?
Desi
Sorry.
have a meeting at Grumpy's Cafe,
That's Spike Jonze.
yeah, with the record exec, that went ahead and was Spike Jonze.
I thought Spike Jonze
Who's
was
Spike
black.
Jonze? Sorry.
So he's a famous director. I don't know what for.
No,
Big stuff.
He's a CEO of a record label.
Wow.
In this episode.
In this
Okay.
episode.
Wait, what is he?
I liked his character. I thought that was really fun.
Spike Jonze.
I loved Marnie being like, "You're a record executive. You don't want to see my ring." I love that line. Like, it's so funny.
She's on her jawline when they get her side profile. I can't sit. I'm like, this podcast has to end. I can't sit like this.
Her.
It's just the most.
Oh.
He wrote her.
Being John Malkovich, Where the Wild Things Are, Babylon.
Oh,
Where the Wild Things
my
Are.
favorite
Jackass.
movie of all time is Where the Wild Things Are.
I like don't know any of these. I saw her actually.
Jackass?
Wait, he did
All the
Jackass.
Jackass?
He did all the Jackass films.
Okay, these people love Margaret Qualley.
Oh right, what's not to love?
I know, she's perf.
Wait, why is everything at Pete's Candy Store?
I
I
know.
You know the Dua
Oh.
Lipa music video?
Wait, what?
Is it there?
She literally has a music video with like one of the like locations is Pete's Candy Store.
Are you kidding me?
It's
Wait,
so
I'm pretty.
No,
this
you're
might not
right.
be true. I'm like looking at the
No.
audience.
Actually,
like,
I've heard rumors
no,
about this.
and it sounded familiar when you said it.
it's just like Pete's Candy Store like stays on
You
TV.
know where it also
It's
is?
a
In
really
My Idiot
iconic
Brother.
interior.
It is.
Zoe Deschanel sings on that same stage in My Idiot Brother.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen that.
And to think
they
we
used
go
to have so
to
much
a
better
3 p.m.
wall
open
art.
mic there on Saturdays.
Do you?
I mean, dreams come true. Yeah, check it out. Loose Lips.
that's
LOL.
there.
But they had gorgeous wall art. They had gorgeous paintings of women on the wall.
Last time?
No,
Or
in
in
this
this?
episode, and then they got rid of
Oh.
those. And we saw the same thing because at Fiction Bar, they were at Fiction Bar 3 episodes ago, and it's amazing to see
Really?
these historic bars how
Wait,
they
Fiction
crumble.
Art and Cafe. or
Yeah.
Fiction
whatever?
Art and Cafe.
You
Yeah.
nailed
Williamsburg?
it. Yeah.
What?
It's gorgeous, and now you look at it; it's cobwebs on every single piece of thing in there.
No, I think it looks just the exact same.
Oh.
Yeah, which is a bad thing because they haven't touched the thing. It's like all brown now.
I
They
see.
actually need to take OxyClean White and wash everything in there
Oh,
one
you
time.
They
guys.
need the OxyClean Pebbles.
They need OxyClean Pebbles.
Wait, that's awesome sauce, legit. That they are all the places that like we are because it's like, guess what? Like it's supposed to be a show about like stupid people just like walking in different places, and that's what we're doing. Like
That's what
you
we're
know what I
doing.
mean?
It's so concrete jungle where
Mhm.
dreams are made of. Is how I feel every day.
So true.
I will say the first week I moved to New York, I went and saw a random show at Fiction Bar, and I felt like a pinging in my stomach. Something I've only felt a few times in my life.
Did you
where I was like,
recognize it? Do you think?
I didn't
From
recognize
girls.
it, but I was like, this is gonna matter. And now it's like my ass has been there like
Well, you
3
had an
times a
open
week.
mic.
I ran an open mic there
Wow.
for a year. Like it's
You
like
did?
yeah, and it's like it's so crazy how your body knows before you know
That's really
your
cool.
future.
Well, you did that for our
Totally.
apartment
You
too.
know?
Well, you were getting a pinging that was like you. This is right. Like
It was
being
just
here,
like-
and then you were like, I'm gonna actually do stuff here.
Yeah, but it's like those weren't connected. It wasn't until like I emailed that place that I was like, months ago I had this experience.
You didn't know that was the place you were emailing?
Well, I went to that place, months go by, I start going to mics there. And then I like I'm like emailing a bunch of places and I go there. And then it's like, I'm having this mic there. And then I'm having this recollection like 7 months
Whoa.
ago, I was here and felt this weird thing in my stomach. This is what it was about all
It's
along.
so crazy
interesting.
you
like,
say that.
Yeah, like you're like it's like you have that with people too, where you're just like something is good.
There's like a
Here.
knowing.
Yeah, like and I'm gonna like keep hanging around or
You have
something.
chemistry with spaces and all
You
people.
literally
No,
have chemistry with
literally.
Fiction Bar.
I'm like,
Literally, and it happened to me in LA once. I was like driving to like I lived in like the Grove, and then I was driving to East LA because I was like I heard cool and fun people live in Silver Lake. Let me check out this space, and I like parked my car on the side street and saw this apartment that said like the Hollymont Apartments, and like my stomach literally like flipped, and I was like, what is happening? 3 months later, I move into an apartment there. It's my first like solo like studio apartment, something I've dreamed of since I was a young girl. And I was like, this is unreal.
what?
And like intuition is legit. And like,
But it's not like a coincidence. It's more like you followed it because you had the feeling. You know
Well,
what I mean, right? Like you were
yeah.
like looking for apartments there.
but
Or-
I wasn't even, because then it was like, I was like, oh, I wonder if I could find that place. But it wasn't like, oh, I'm searching. I parked here. Oh, this looks cool. It was like me parking there being like, what just happened to my body?
Whoa.
And then being online and being like, wait, I looked at that place. Wait, let me look. Oh my God, they have it. Oh my, let
and
me.
you're
email.
like, I love it.
And then I'm like, well, it feels like God actually told me to
It's a
move there
for rent
already.
sign.
I'm so into that. Like that is good. Like that's intuition. Like a stomach flip. It's just like stick around for whatever the flip
Yeah.
is.
It's so Jessa coded. I feel
Mm.
like Jessa gets a similar feeling.
Bring
Oh,
us home with
win.
that.
Yeah,
We're both like,
absolutely.
No, and take us there.
No.
Okay. All right. No, but that was an amazing segue to pull it
Right.
back in.
Wait, and what were you gonna say though? Something.
I had the same feeling when I walked into the Superdome.
What is that? In New Orleans?
Yeah. Like, I'll perform here one day.
Yeah, wait. When did Dubak's stomach flip? That's actually good.
Right.
Marnie and Desi.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Desi no-shows because Ray kind of gives this speech that roasts him to death.
Yeah.
About how Desi is cringe and everybody hates him and he's the worst person in the world. How did you, watching the scene between Desi and Ray, how were you feeling in that moment?
I was loving it. I was like, I just thought it was really funny and fun. I really like Ray, the actor, and I really like Desi, the actor.
Yeah.
Like, I just like think those
Emmy winner.
performances- Really?
He's the guy in the bear.
Yeah, like last night.
He got
right.
So he just won
Cousin.
something.
Okay. Swag. I thought they were both like so good.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought.
And I think we can leave it there. I mean, we're proud of Marnie for singing solo.
I mean, I think it's like we'll later learn, but it's Desi taking. I feel like in so many steps to this process, Desi is just so unaware of his own like actions towards Marnie. Like, it's coming all from a very selfish place and like his own insecurities, and for it to be so poignantly put into his face, being like, hey, you're ruining this perfect girl, you need to take her seriously, or someone else should. And that's going to go ahead and be Ray. Like, he wants to be the person to take care of her seriously. And it's like, yes, Desi has his pattern where it's like, it was very apparent in his last relationship where he like keeps mistreating women, but like they'll come back to him. And then it didn't work out with Clementine. Like, finally Clementine didn't go back to Desi, and he's scared to see the same pattern happen with Marnie. Because I think he's now more like aware of what his flaws are, and his whole thing is like actually like disassociating from his own emotional state, to really like just like be in the bliss, have fun, be from the Pacific Northwest. But it's actually it's deeper than that. So for him not to show up, it's like, and Marnie is gonna take him back, as we see. It's like so hard to watch.
Spoiler.
But also it's like
Spoiler.
look at Ray go. I think this
Look
is
at Ray
why
go.
people are like, I really like Ray.
And it's also like Marnie is so trope of like scorn, like her dad abandoned her and now she'll just like search for every guy that won't be present.
No, that's
for
why
her.
it makes me mad, because people watch this show and there's like all these girls who don't believe in self-growth and never change as people. But it's like, for witness Hannah being like, I'm not going to take you back, Adam. For Ray to be like, I just couldn't even open up myself to love. And now he's like, I'm worthy of love. And I would actually fight for love in some cases a bit with his relationship with Marnie. It's like, okay, sorry, these characters are growing.
Sorry, they're growing
amazingly.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, they're doing a GoFundMe for their personalities.
I think it's so perfect, Marnie's like performance, like her voice and the song. It's like, I think just such a scarily realistic level of good and bad. Like it really is like pitch perfect to me, of like, it's kind of good, like it's not bad, it's not like amazing, but it's like kind of nothing. Like you really see
You're
it.
not
Just
like
feel like
she sucks, but
Yeah.
you're not like, and she's Adele.
right. And I feel like that's what it is in real life. Like you're like, this is not horrible, but like it's kind of not good enough to like really make it, but like maybe it is.
No,
like,
actually, I'm really resonating with the lyrics. There's a fire down at Riverside. I'm like,
I'm
there
like,
is a fire down at
But it is
Riverside.
like neither of you live in California, so why are you singing?
Wait, is that California?
Riverside, California?
what about Riverside?
I thought anything
Drive?
would be Riverside.
Okay, I take everything. Cut that.
Couldn't a Hudson River have a Riverside?
I mean, there's Riverside Park.
Cut that.
Yeah,
It's up at
exactly.
Riverside
No, you're
usually.
so right. There's Riverside Park.
Hannah,
Keep that.
or not Hannah, Lena said that this is the first time in 4 seasons that she's written a scene for Marnie to actually sing good and not have it be in the cringe
Yes, that's my
way.
experience.
And so it's like we have seen Allison sing well, but only in the context of like the way she's going about it is cringe. But in this is the first time we see it, and we're like,
You're
it's-
supposed to kind of like it.
girl, get your Glock. It's rapid fire time.
What?
Why
Not
is
me.
Marnie mad at you?
I'm late.
Exactly.
Absolutely. What's your favorite utensil?
Fork.
Are you the voice of your generation or a voice of a generation?
Neither. No offense. Lots of love.
FMK. Fran, Desi, Laird.
Oh my God. Fuck Desi, Mary, Fran, Killard. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Kind
kill
of obvious,
her.
yeah.
Did Shoshanna really hit the nail on the head?
Yeah.
If you look at enough visual aids on the internet, can you say you've been to a place?
Yes.
Are you and I solid?
Yes.
What do you think about modern fucking medicine?
Oh, it's really, really bad, but it's really complicated.
Would you rather go solo artist or go home and take a bath?
Bath.
What 4 sounds are you looping together?
Like, what? Aw. Yeah. Hi.
Do you get people from the Pacific Northwest?
I have a lot of them in my life.
Which one is the sexy Cirque du Soleil?
I've only seen the one about bugs.
That's hot.
It was good.
And what is your Sheryl Sandberg lean in moment, girl?
It's still to come.
my
TK. Yeah.
God.
Don't
We've
know.
been so many Cheryl Sandberg Lena moments today.
Yeah.
Which,
you have.
You
by
are-
the way, in the bonus
I don't know when
features,
you leaned out. Like,
in the bonus features, Lena Dunham is like, my boyfriend has a hat that says lean in. So I thought it was perfect that it means the bros are in
Lena
on
to
it.
Lena.
And it's
Lena and
she's
Cheryl
dating
Sandberg.
into Jack Antonoff.
right, of course.
And I'm like, you talking about your little boyfriend.
your boyfriend. That was sad to me, that whole thing with them and how it went down and just.
Don't look.
He's on there.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. Like, it happened, but I don't know. It just kind of depressed me.
My
Like,
heart of heart, I'm like, I hope one day they could reconcile.
Let's bring. Well, I bet she'll be invited to the wedding.
Is he's engaged to Margaret Qualley?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
we should podcast the wedding.
Did you know? I'm making girls trivia for our live show this Friday. Did you know that Tom Hanks officiated Allison Williams' wedding?
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's friends with
Well,
the
Rita
dad?
Rita Wilson plays Marnie's mom. Rita Wilson, Tom Hanks' wife, plays Marnie's mom. So I'm like, maybe that's how.
Oh, yeah. That must be the connect.
But
That's cool. I wouldn't want that, like, show stealer.
no.
You know what I mean? Like an officiant, like
I don't need
such a
to-
showstopper.
The guy
like,
from
it's
Polar
my day.
Express
Yeah.
on my day.
Stop.
For him to be, that's what he's most known
I
for.
think- I don't think Allison Williams is boring, but I think if you are a classically boring couple, you need someone really fun up there. Otherwise, the audience is gonna not
Lose the steam.
You're gonna lose and we're not gonna care about your love.
I understand.
You need like a sassy rabbi.
Understood.
Okay, really quick, rapid fire last segment. That outfit in
In
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
That's where we compare Brooklyn then to Brooklyn now. Was there anything that stuck out to you in this episode?
That's so interesting.
Millennial Pink, wouldn't you say it's still there?
For sure. But I do think they're correct, or like Millennial Pink is now like run up the corporate ladder in a big way. Like
yeah.
it's now like not in the home anymore. It's more like
It's in
It's for
in like the
accessories.
It's at
headquarters
Betches.
and the CEO
Yeah,
room or
Betches.
something.
it's at Betches.
I don't know. I actually thought the way that like 80s office looked was like, it still was really funny to me. But I was like, that back then, like, did I think that was funny?
Was
or
it on
that
the
that was,
bleeding
like-
edge or
yeah,
was it
I don't know.
earnest?
If so, earn.
There
I'm
is
not
one girl
sure.
we FaceTime whose room looked exactly like that.
What are you talking
We're gonna
about?
sleep over to cinema.
Oh yeah, she was wearing a pink blazer too.
But there were we like zoomed in and her apartment looked exactly
Well,
like this office and we were
that
like
brings us to our next
Oh
point,
my God.
which is Skype and FaceTime culture.
Right.
where it was
Skype. Hello. It's so
Hello.
pre-pandem.
So pre-pandem, and the kid being like, I always have my 3-year-old reaching through the phone when he FaceTimes me. or she.
Right. Right.
Major. It's like kids are actually teaching their parents now how to use FaceTime even at the age of 3.
I know, but the truth is, kids, and I say this as a nanny, like
Oh, yeah.
they really understand FaceTime.
Yeah.
Like they don't try and reach.
they
know
can skip ads.
They can skip ads.
You're getting
they
ads
know,
on FaceTime?
They know how to hang up. They know how to call. Like, I don't think it's more like they might think it's a video, but they're not like trying to touch. I don't know.
They're mainly just wanting to see their hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
Whoa. Beautiful
today.
insight.
Oh,
you.
I wrote down the Hasidic dad in the hallway is so our experience of living in Hasidic Williamsburg.
It's like people
Oh,
are
in
like
the,
not allowed into our building.
In the hospital.
Yeah.
I loved that like direction, like when she's just kind of getting like bumped out of the way
yeah.
on the phone.
Yeah.
And then it was like directed by Lena Dunham, and I was like, period.
Period.
Like,
She's kind
she
of
did that.
She's kind of a genius.
Bath culture. I mean, we keep bringing it up. It's like first in Brooklyn, I guess people were taking baths 10 years ago, but no one in my immediate circle is taking a bath ever.
I don't know anyone who feels comfortable taking a bath in
their
their
We're not
apartment.
using it.
Yeah.
Okay, and
because we have two different indicators of bath culture here, which is the
Go take a
executive.
bath.
Yeah, go
Right.
take a bath. Where it's like, no one's ever my one life has told me to go take a bath, except for my parents and my family home. But I'm not doing that here. And
your
then,
parents tell you to take
When
a
you
bath?
get like too worked up,
yeah, go take a bath.
go take a bath. Really?
And then Marnie, and then for Gaby
home birth.
Hoffmann to give a home birth in a bath.
And that to me kind of hit because it was like, that's how crazy
That's
she
the
is.
one time you should actually
Yeah.
be using a bath in
Right.
Brooklyn is to give birth.
Yeah, like
No other time.
she's nuts enough to do the home birth in the bath. When Jessa put her head in there, I was like, sweetie, like that bath is full of crazy stuff. Like,
I'm like,
the
you're
fluid.
drinking fluid.
Yeah.
Wait, when did they get a GoPro? I'm like, how did they get that
I
shot
know,
underwater?
I
It was
know.
actually an amazing shot.
It's an amazing.
I already screenshotted it and captioned it. I saw a foot. Can't wait to post it on the gram.
That's that girl boss, huh?
Last thing we
Wait,
have to
Imagine
discuss:
Drags.
Imagine Drags.
Oh yeah. That's
What did they
thunder,
mean to you?
Right?
That's thunder and the lightning.
I missed the whole thing up until like this past year. The kid I nanny is obsessed with the song Thunder.
Really?
So I played a lot for her. I think it's like straight up like pretty good, that song.
It's like
It's
not
music
to
for
bring
the
it back to my
people.
dance team, but
Yeah.
we danced to it in competition.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet it was good. Did you guys flip around or it wasn't like flips? That's like gymnastics.
No,
That's for
it was
the
just like
Patreon.
a lot of pirouettes.
Oh, you spun.
Yeah,
That's good.
not me. I was in the back, kind of doing like.
No, right. We've established you were like not spinning.
But yeah, Imagine Dragons. The comment in the episode was like, "This is cringe even now," and I was like, "Were we that self-aware in 2015 to know it was cringe?" Because I disagree.
I don't know when was Imagine Dragons popular like when I was born? Like when are they from? They're from like last year or like 10 years ago, 20?
They're
Like
from 2015 when the
from
show was
then.
Yeah, I think they were more indie now then, and then they've kind of gone so mainstream.
I remember listening to them on
like they were popular, like they had a few hits, but like they started off indie, but then they got like, oh my god, now we're kind of climbing the charts as an indie band. Look at us go, and now they're kind of here to stay. No, girl, we're gonna lose our copy. There goes the State
this
Farm ad.
one.
Why?
You
You can't do
If we
copyright
play
stuff.
less than 15 seconons, they can't come for our asses.
You are literally like a Kim Kardashian, like complete lawyer. Like what the fuck?
Okay.
Perfect note
I think
to
it's time
add.
to wrap it up. Natalie, do you have any closing thoughts or anything that you feel like if you walked out of here not talking about it, you feel sick to your stomach?
Right. Honestly, I think we really covered it. It's a great episode, and I send my love.
Please check out Natalie. They have a monthly show at Come On Everybody.
Please. Yes.
They have
Elsa and
two
Alphabet?
amazing
Yes.
podcasts.
Wait.
Exploration Live. What's the name of that?
Who's
other
it with
podcast?
again?
Wait, I actually don't have another podcast, do I? Just one.
Don't you
It's
do that?
Alphabet and Alpha.
Elsa.
Or are you Elsa?
Okay,
Wait,
we're
do you not
actually
have
both
another
of us are
podcast?
neither. Well, I have Elsa and Alphabet as a show.
But don't you have that one where you're in my friend's basement? That podcast you do?
Oh, that's like a web series. Like
It's a web
it's
series.
like about a podcast. Like it's
Oh, so
crazy.
deaf.
Like you are right for thinking what you thought. Basically, yeah, I have a podcast and a show.
Well, Natalie, thank you so much for coming
you so
on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Honor,
This was awesome.
pleasure.
bet.
Love y'all. Bye.